if you recall, we talked about the NCAA giving up on certain cases. Here's one they really shouldn't give up on. If you want to focus on something, focus on this. If you recall, there was the Alabama baseball coach who, what was his first name? It's Bohannon.
Yeah, Brad Bohannon.
Brad Bohannon, the baseball coach. There was a game last April where Alabama was playing at LSU, and there was Pat. Did you both break the story or whatever? There are allegations. You can explain it better.
Did. Yeah.
Set it up better than I am. I'm trying to remember your story, so you tell me.
Yeah. So, all right. Yes. So what happened was this game came under immediate suspicion for suspicious bets, and it got taken off the board, and very quickly it was figured out that there was some major shenanigans going on, and the coach got suspended because this was the absolute dumbest scheme in the history of gambling or crime or whatever the heck you want to call it. I mean, it was so stupid. It was incredible. So Brad Bohannon had fallen in with a guy named Bert Neff from Indiana, who was big, mover shaker kind of guy, glad hander, wheeler dealer in baseball recruiting circles. He had a kid who played at Cincinnati, and he knew a bunch of other kids, and he would kind of try to, be an information guy, like Dan, the kind of guy that we saw 200 of in basketball back in the day, right? Somebody who just kind of ingratiates themselves into the scene, and he's useful. Anyway, he also was a wild gambling addict and had friends who were gambling addicts, and they concocted the scheme with Brad Bohannon, who is almost assuredly a gambling addict, that they were going to bet this game when Alabama's best pitcher had back issues and wasn't going to be able to make the start. And so, Bohannon was totally in on it, and he was communicating to these guys, did you get the bets down? Because I got to go tell LSU who we're going to play that our guy is not starting. So they wanted to get the bets down.
Yeah, let me give you the specifics. So this is the negotiated resolution of the NCAA. Now, this is what the NCAA should be investigating. We don't need coaches having side bets on games.
Yeah.
So
against their own team.
The co-conspirator is in Cincinnati, coincidentally, at a sports book inside the Bengals Great American Ballpark. Okay,
the Reds ball.
The Reds. I'm sorry, the Bengals. Mm-hmm. Yep. The Reds, which didn't have a game, so there's not even any crowd. So this guy walks into there, April 28, 2023, prior to Alabama's baseball game against LSU. Bohannon sent several electronic messages via Signal messaging app that Bohannon knew was involved in sport. The electronic message indicated the pitcher would not going to go because of the injury. So he said. Bohannon provided this information. So he specifically, Bohannon texted, quote, all caps, hammer. Student athlete 1 is out for sure. Let me know when I can tell LSU, hurry. So he's telling him to go hammer the bet, then he'd tell LSU. Shortly after receiving the electronic message, this is where it gets good. This guy, not a good criminal. The bettor attempted to place a $100,000 wager on the LSU baseball team at the BetMGM Sportsbook at Great American Ballpark in Cincinnati. Like guys who just walking in off the streets in Cincinnati, throwing $100,000 down on an obscure SEC baseball game.
Mm-hmm. Nothing suspicious there.
If you tried to bet $100,000 on the Chiefs this weekend, you would have all sorts of people going, wait.
Hell yeah.
You don't just bet $100,000 on a rando college baseball game. Red flags. The staff limited the bettor to a $15,000 wager. The bettor then attempted to place additional wagers involving, I can't even believe he got 15 in.
Right.
But the sportsbook staff declined those wagers due to suspicious activity. I mean, just get the hell out of there with your 15. This suspicious activity included the bettor's insistent demeanor to get the bets placed and statements to the sportsbook staff. He was telling the guys at the counter. The bet was, quote, for sure going to win, end quote. And, quote, if only you guys knew what I knew, end quote. The suspicious activity also included the bettor showing the sportsbook staff messages from Bohannon and explaining that the messages were Bohannon informing the bettor that Alabama was scratching its starting pitcher before the game and before Bohannon alerted LSU. This is not a good criminal.
No. You're going to the counter and saying, the fix is in. Let me bet so I can take your money on a game that is fixed.
Look at my text.
Look, this is the Alabama baseball coach. He's telling me that the game's fixed, so you should let me. I could make good money today. And they're like, what? Boss, I have some suspicious activity. Well, what would it be? He just showed me the text.
Yeah. This was the easiest for the great American ballpark casino staff to reject out of hand.
Wouldn't you be more cognizant and subtle, right?
I mean, it's literal insanity. It's got to be,
Yeah.
And he had 3 guys at casinos in Indiana, where Burton F is from, all trying to make big bets on the same game. So he was forwarding the texts, or they were getting them too from Bohannon, and they all tried to bet, and they were all getting rejected. I mean, honest to God, you could have had, it would have been less suspicious if you walked down the street toward a Chase Bank saying, I'm going to go rob that bank right now. Okay? I'm going to walk in with a gun and a bag, and I'm going to rob them. Just to let you guys know, that's what I'm going to do here. I mean, that would have been, you'd had a better chance of getting away with that than this.
Was it 5-year show cause for
15?
15.
I'm sorry, 15 years. So he can't really, if you hire him, it takes 15 years before it can recruit or actually work.
Yeah.
I've got time to go coach something else. So, I mean, we do a lot of not smart criminals.
Yeah, I didn't even have to leave the sports realm for this one.
Zero chill on this dude. Zero chill.
And he made $500,000 a year as an Alabama baseball coach. He'd risen up to be an SEC head baseball coach, making at least, I think, $500,000 a year. And, man,
blew it
just
on this.
flushed down the toilet over gambling. Clearly, he's got a problem.
Yeah, there's that. I don't want to even know.